today on 15 on 15.
We take a look at the drastic changes within the Venezuelan tourism market between this time last year and now. Plus, new research finds you could perhaps skip working out altogether and just head into a sauna for the same result. And Aruba Dude needs 600 more people to ensure another successful volunteering action. Thank you for joining us. You are watching 15 on 15. I'm Yentl Lieuw. Aruba Tourism Authority has released the most recent numbers regarding the Venezuelan market stayover statistics from this year January compared to January 2014. Take a look. Last year, 1,002 Venezuelans stayed in Aruba for one night in January, while almost twice that amount of visitors stayed for a week. Overall, the grand total last year in January came to 12,048 Venezuelan visitors. The bar graph indicates the drastic jump there has been for Venezuelans to stay for just one night. For the year 2015 so far, there has been 8,498 Venezuelan tourists staying for one night, and only half that amount stayed for 7 nights this year so far. In January 2015, Aruba has received 25,018 Venezuelan tourists. Southwest recently added Aruba in their portfolio. The airline announced Tuesday it grounded 128 jets after it failed to inspect hydraulic systems designed to serve as a backup in case of trouble with the aircraft's rudder system. Around 80 flights were canceled Tuesday as a result of the missed checks on the Boeing 737s. The airline said they expected a very minimal impact for Wednesday. The planes were taken out of service, but the airline proposed a plan to the Federal Aviation Administration that it be allowed to fly the planes for up to 5 days while the checks are done. The FAA approved that plan, and the airline is free to carry passengers on those jets during that time. The planes that missed required checks make up about 1/5 of Southwest's fleet of 670 Boeing 737s. That is certainly not good news. Last month, the Federal Transportation Department fined Southwest $1.6 million for violating rules bearing long waits for passengers on jets sitting on runways. The department said the penalty was the largest ever levied against an airline for violating those rules. Now, from the sky to the sea, being lost at sea is a serious issue. Due to the amount of time fishermen spend on the water, they would be the ones most likely to encounter an incident leading to dangerous situations. But anyone heading out to the ocean, there are a few very important guidelines to follow. Coast Guards patrol and monitor the water. Fishermen and anyone using the sea can do their part as well to minimize incidents.
Make sure your boat complies with all the regulations. That also means all the safety regulations to have on board. Make sure you have enough water and food when you go out fishing or go out on a day trip. You never know what can happen to you. Make sure you have good communication and that your boat is in a good state. Do not take unnecessary risks. We live on a small island. If something happens, you're right away on the big sea.
Accidents can happen no matter how experienced you are on the water. If you become lost at sea, it is a serious issue.
We are there to help everybody, but there's always a risk if somebody gets lost at sea, you know, and despite all the effort we put in, there's always a risk somebody being lost at sea. So it starts all by them taking the measurements, the safety measurements for themselves, for their own vessel, and to take care of everybody that's on board.
Always talk to family and friends before heading out. Let them know your schedule so authorities can be made aware in a timely manner if anything goes wrong.
And it starts with communication with the home base. Like I'm going out fishing today. I'm leaving at 6 o'clock. I'm planning to come back at 3 o'clock, for instance, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I don't come back at 4 o'clock, this is the number you have to call, and our number is out there. It's 913. That's our alarm number. You can also call the alarm number from Aruba, and they will keep us informed. They will give us the alarm, and for us to take the measurements, to take the actions to to go save lives on the sea.
Don't go anywhere, because coming right up in Lifestyle, we'll discuss a lazier alternative to working out that will still get you almost the same results, and find out whether your name is considered sexy or not. Also, check out a smartwatch that is set to compete directly against Apple. When we return, this Pebble watch, crowdfunded on Kickstarter, will go head-to-head with Apple's smartwatch. Thanks for staying tuned to 15 on 15. The next time you aren't feeling in the mood to work out, that's okay, but still hit the gym, bypass all the machines, and head to the sauna. New research finds sitting in a sauna could protect you from diseases just as well as exercise does. The sauna. In a long-term observational study, researchers compared weekly sauna use in middle-aged men in Finland. About 20 years later, researchers checked up on the participants, and the results show the more often men use sauna, the lower the risk of developing a fatal disease, meaning spending time in a sauna could potentially protect you. Specifically, those who sweated it out 2 to 3 times per week were 23% less likely to suffer from coronary heart disease or cardiovascular disease. People who sauna bathe 4 to 7 times per week were 48% less likely to die of those heart diseases. Researchers think saunas helped lower people's disease risk because it affects the body like exercise. Think about it. It increases heart rate, improves blood pressure, ups your lung capacity, and of course, makes you sweat. Moving on, wouldn't it be nice to just wake up and be sexy? Well, if your name is on this list, consider yourself sexy proof. BabyNameWizard.com spent the past 5 years asking tens of thousands of visitors to rate names to find the sexiest names of all time. Participants in the study found French and Latin names to be particularly sexy. The same goes for female names ending in A and male names ending in O. The survey also gave keen insight to spelling variations. Names with double letters like Adriana with 2 N's were perceived to be more sexy than their single letter counterparts like Adriana but with only 1 N. The top 2 sexiest guys' names are Alessandro and Lorenzo. For women, Scarlett and Nicolette topped the list. As well, least sexy names were also revealed. For men, sorry, Bobs and Ernest, your names aren't appealing. And for women, the Gertrudes and Berthas are to suffer. Now, a new smartwatch on the market that was independently created and has solely received funding via Kickstarter is going head-to-head with communications giant Apple. Pebble Time is set to compete for the top spot when it comes to smartwatches. Pebble Time received $1 million in 49 minutes on Kickstarter, making a new record. Pebble Time is a new watch that is one of the first with a colored e-paper screen, meaning the screen is always on. Users don't need to touch a button to see the screen. Pebble is aiming to create it as a personal product on your wrist, which you could use every day. The goal is to blend it seamlessly in your daily life. Pebble works with your current phone, whether it be Android, Apple, or Samsung. It is waterproof as well durable. A new interface has been created to give users little tidbits of info that they need to know every day. If that's not all, Pebble only needs to be charged once a week. The Pebble team is serious as they will be competing directly against Apple. Pebble aims for the watch to be indispensable. Think about it like this. You wouldn't dare to leave your house without your smartphone nowadays. Well, in the near future, the same goes for your smartwatch. Let's take a quick break. This is what we have coming up next for you. We have an update on Aruba's largest volunteering action coming right up. Aruba Doot is the largest volunteering action on the island. One of the primary reasons for its success within the last 3 years is the flexibility it offers to participants. You have the option of choosing which day, which hour, and how you'd like to roll up your sleeve and help. A new development occurred this year, exceeding the expectations of this volunteer event. People who received help in the past have decided to pay it forward. Instead of asking for volunteers, they are joining the force. Daniel Tecklenborg is the director of Sede Aruba. Sede is the driving force behind Aruba Doot. As big of a success the volunteer event has been so far, they are still in need of a bit more help.
Until the end of January, we have registered 123 projects from more than 100 organizations. We also have 23 new organizations that joined Aruba Doet, and we have a few that participated in the last 2 years, but this time they decided they want to help. So they don't want to get help, but they started to take a break and they're going to help another organization. So that's also a good development to see, so that not only NGOs are getting help, but NGOs are also helping.
In total, 2,100 volunteers are needed. 1,500 have already signed up. To accomplish all the Aruba Doet projects, another 600 people are being called to step up to the plate and give back to the community. There are a variety of jobs you can select from painting to construction work or helping out the elderly. This all takes place within one day, in a morning or afternoon, so there is actually no excuse.
There are still a lot of jobs, like paint jobs and build something and maintain facilities or like beautify facilities. This is one. But we see also a lot of activities going on, activities for the elderly, activities for those who are mentally or physically challenged. So we are very happy to see also a bigger amount of social events and activities going on. So we're happy with the developments of Aruba Doet 2015.
This all takes place within one day, in a morning or afternoon, so there is actually no excuse. The process to get involved is quite simple. All you have to do is go to arubadoet.com and basically pick out all your preferences, from date and time to what kind of job you'd like to volunteer for. Everything is within your control and schedule.
Just go on the website arubadoet.com, and above you will see all the projects that are still open. You can search by day, so you can search, for example, for Friday the 20th or Saturday the 21st. So you can select that. You also can select the time, if you want to work in the morning or in the afternoon, and you also can select on the region. So for example, you want to help in St. Nicholas, or you want to help in North or in Rheinstadt. So you can make your research and then you can register.
600 volunteers are still needed to make March 20th and 21st happen. So go to www.arubadoet.com and sign up. SEDE encourages groups to make a great day out of it. So go with family, friends, or colleagues. Thanks for watching. 15 on 15 airs weeknights at 7:15 p.m. So we'll see you then.